Hello, welcome to Endwalker, the final expansion of Final Fantasy XIV Online, as far as we know anyway. This has been a journey. I started back in 2021, I think around the end of January. I got into this game. Some people recommended it to me, told me it's one of the best MMOs ever made in terms of story. And I thought, okay, I'll check it out for a bit, see if I like it. And then a year and a half later, I've gone through about 40 days of playtime of content, up to 1,000 hours. So much time I've dedicated to this game. Okay, don't go into the intro. And I'm just in shock that we're finally here in the Endwalker, in the end game of this expansion. Well, the final expansion anyway. Now, this is not the end for Final Fantasy XIV for me. The MSQ ends, but there's so much side content I've still got to do. So many like trials and hard content that have still been locked away from me. But as far as MSQ goes, there is a stopping point, because this is not only the final expansion, it's also the end of the story that's been told since the Realm Reborn. They are doing more stuff afterwards. There is the possibility of 7.0 coming up, so that's something to take note of. However, I think it's going to be a different story, so for the most part, this is going to be the last part of the main story, the MSQ for the war against Hydaelyn Zodiac. And I am both excited and also trepidatious, because I know this is it. The thing that's made me want to come on every day to experience the highs, the lows, the roller coaster ride that I've gone along in this MSQ. It's coming to an end, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what I'm going to do afterwards. Am I going to play other games? Am I going to record other games? Because I only started doing recordings at the end of Stormblood, because I've quite enjoyed it. I've quite enjoyed putting my reaction out there on YouTube and Twitch. So it's there. All my commentary, all my reactions are there in recorded format, so I can go back to them anytime I want and relive those moments again. And I'm so happy I did that, because now Final Fantasy XIV can be an important part of my life. Like, it's been such a great experience going through this game with people from the Free Company, people from the Discord, having fun, getting annoyed sometimes with stupid mechanics and boss fights, being sad over certain story cutscenes and character deaths, and even the silly stuff like always do your best. It's been such a journey, and to see it not necessarily come to an end, but to see a new beginning to it, like a stopping point, I guess, would be a good way of saying it. The final walk, the Endwalker. It's time. It's time to do this. And the actual recording sort of process will not be too different. It'll be the same as Shadowbringers, I think, in terms of how I'm going to be doing the recordings. There will probably be a lot more Discord live stuff, which I'll be doing over Discord. Because apparently Endwalker hits the fan very early, so we're going to be dealing with that too. I am nervous for characters. I don't want my favourite Scions to die. I predicted it. I don't want Thancred to die. I don't want Oyonji to die, but it might happen, and I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm going to have to be sad over it. This expansion's going to continue to beat the shit out of me, so yeah. The only thing we can do now, outside this massive intro I'm doing for some reason to begin Endwalker, I'm not doing what I did in Shadowbringers, where I decided to do like a epic intro for going to the first. No, this is going to be a little bit different. This is like a resolution, an ending. So this is how I'm doing my intro now. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this experience, and I hope we can get to the end and see what lies beyond Endwalker, if there is going to be a future for Final Fantasy XIV. I'll see you at the Waking Sands, or in fact the Rising Stones flower. There you go.
Calling swiftly, beating light.
there. Welcome to Endwalker, Part 1. It's still weird saying that in my head. I just can't believe that we're finally here, like, in terms of content anyway. I am both shocked, but also excited. I know I keep doing like the whole, oh, this is the final expansion, but it is kind of like the resolution of the story that's been going on since, like, 2014. As for me, I only started a year and a half ago, and I had the whole story for me already. I could have done it like as fast as I wanted to, but I'm gonna be taking this a lot slower than Shadowbringers, I think. I want to savor it a lot more, so there's also that. I'm not gonna do as long parts, I think. I think each one's gonna be about an hour, so yeah, look forward to that, and let's jump into it, shall we? I'm excited. I am really excited for this. Let's go talk to our favourite scions who are here. I've changed some stuff in terms of my HUD and my layout. I'm going to make this a lot more professional than I have before because, well, there's some changes so far, as you've probably seen already in my new glamour. This is my new haircut. We showed it at the end of patch 5.55, but I'm not going to be going as only one class in Endwalker. I'm going to be going as one for each category. I've got my tank, which is going to be Gunbreaker, my healer, which is my first class I ever went on, White Mage. I got my ranged DPS, or my magic DPS, which is the one I got on right now, Red Mage. And finally, I got my melee DPS, which is my Dragoon. So I'm going to be going through all four of those, like, changing between them as I go through the expansion when it seems to fit. So look forward to that. But outside of that, I've also got some HUD changes, as you can see here. Go away, little chat box, we don't need you right now. We are currently sitting in a Waking Sands. It's a lot smaller. I've made it a lot more condensed because before it took about 90% of the screen up, but now it's a lot smaller. The chat boxes are still the same size, as you'll see here. But now another change I've done is I no longer have my icon above my head. You can actually turn it off, so now, you know, it's just me now. It's not like a name above my head. And I can just click myself, and there we go. It's Zig Iris again. So, yeah, I want to make this a lot more professional in terms of recording. As I said before, I am going to be Discord living some of this, so sometimes people will come on and do commentary. I know someone else in my free company is actually waiting for me to get to the end game to do the final zone of them. So the whole like final zone is going to be like a big event. I'm quite looking forward to, like a resolution to this expansion that's got that to the story. So we're going to make it quite a big deal, I think. But outside of that, let us continue the main story in Endwalker. It's still weird saying that. I don't know how I feel. It both makes me excited, but also scared. So let's do this, shall we? The next ship to sail. Alphino is feeling the need to take stock. And we're going to get a horse chestnut. Oh, I don't need these because I can craft them myself with Carpenter. But thank you, Alphino, for thinking of me when you decided to give me this quest award. Tigbar, do you have some time to talk? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Okay. I mean, we're trying to go to Charlene, right? Oh, no music. Oh, my lord. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that the said structures were brought into being by an organisation known as the Tolotheroi. The Tolotheroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that will result in the destruction of all who we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and abandoned and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. Oh yeah, I am enjoying the new music right now. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arenfold and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. I agree. Yet while these threats come close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telophoi are under the leadership of Fandaniel and one other delightful fellow, Zanus Galvis, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an ever deeper pit of chaos. Yeah, I guess it's for people who haven't played, who need a recap on what happened. But yeah, here you go. This is what happened, like in the all the patch stuff. Some crazy shit. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in a war of succession. But that has changed, and in some troubling ways. Aye. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labour to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they are indeed more made fools, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by a Telophoi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. Yeah. We'll find a way in Charlayan, I'm sure of it. Master Fortunold's comments regarding the final days were curious, to say the least. The forum knows more than it is letting on. Sorry to interrupt! Oh, Dotaru? We just received word from Mistress Cryle. Oh, this music. She says that arrangements for a visit has been finalised. You're to head to Limbs of Laminza and board the next ship bound for Charlayan. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldessian, come to assist with the Order's restoration. Oh my god, this music is going fucking ham, but I'm fine with that. You're coming with us too, Ascendian. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. This music is fucking going ham! I don't mind it though, it's fucking awesome! I am eager to see it, of course. Of course. Ahem. We should set up at once. So you can just be like, it's the first cutscene, but I'm gonna flex off my musical prowess. The line accompanies the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Oh, you're not coming with us again, Dotaru? Another case of Dotaru, the best scion, not coming with us on our adventure. And we have our new quest noise too. Endwalker, I mean, not Shadowbringers. Endwalker's already like punctured me in the face of its awesomeness. Okay. I mean, that was a good summary cutscene for what happens in Shadowbringers, but I guess we're gonna make our way over to Limbs of Laminza, shall we? Let's do it. Not with thumbs up though, because I decided I'm going to abandon that now. The old cliche of me using a transition. I'm just gonna go there, because I don't really want to have as many cuts as I've had before. I want to keep Endwalker as raw as possible. So there will be cuts, obviously, when I stop recording sessions and I decide that's not a place to end for these recordings. But for the most part, I'm gonna be keeping it very unrestrained and, you know, close together, because it's important to know. Oh, I need to fix this. Okay, hold on. There's one thing I need to fix with everyone's health bars right now. Right, it's fixed. Okay, I made it so that people's names didn't appear unless I click on them. I kind of prefer it this way now because it makes my screen less chaotic. I mean, currently I've got the map and the ship to sail. I might even take that off, to be honest, because I don't think I need it for where I'm trying to go, but we'll see. In fact, I am going to have to make a small change right now because the HUD is a little bit weird. Again, I'll be back in a sec. Right, and there we go. It's a lot smaller now, but this way you're not going to have to worry about the HUD taking over the screen. I still got the stars effects up here. I might move that down a little bit, actually. There we go. But this way I've still got my HUD. It's a lot smaller, but at least we can see what's going on now. And yeah, I prefer it this way. It means I have a lot more space to myself to actually allow the story to unfold and talk to these characters. Like, for example, Estinian, how you doing, buddy? You looking forward to your first sea travel? I mean, you went to Far East, so I guess this isn't your first travel across the ocean. Sea travel can be tedious, but I don't mind it. Tis a rare experience for most Ishgardians. I mean, yeah, you grew up in like the ice mountains, surrounded by Durgans, so I guess this isn't your main form of travel. Even they've you know, delegated some like that's how dragons get paid now. They just take people around, fly them around Ishgard. That'd be cool. I never thought the day would come when I would be sailing home again. It always seems so very far away. I forgot about how you come from Charlene. A lot of these characters come from Charlene. This is like a homeward bound for a lot of these people. I shudder to think what manner of truth awaited us beyond the indigo deep. Still more do I dread the prospect of discussions long overdue. Yeah, because there is the whole mystery as to why the Charlanes, like, completely, like, disposed of our points about the final days. Either they knew about it, or there's some other force going on there. And my theory is that they're being hosted by a Telophoroi. They're like the big brains behind the organization, and they were created to, you know, to keep order there. Contrary to what you might think, this would be like going home for me as well. I may have learned how to survive in Limsa Laminsa, but it was in Charlene where I was taught, quite relentlessly I might add, the skills to properly live. Well, like trying to hit on girls, like little cat girls, Fankard. Is that what you're trying to do? I don't know why I said little cat girls. That makes it worse, like considerably a lot worse. What a grim reason to bring you to Charlene. Not much to be done about it, I suppose, but I would have liked to give you the grand tour under happier circumstances. It's weird we've never gone there as like a little holiday between expansions, but I guess we never had the chance to have a little holiday. We've just been constantly on the move. Although a part of me looks forward to returning home, I have not forgotten that my father stripped us of the privileges of our family name. I hope it doesn't cause trouble to your officials upon our arrival. Yeah, that was sad. Tola, you looking forward to coming home? I might have lived as Master Matoya's cave for a good part of my life, but even for me the thought of returning to Charlene is quite exciting. I can hardly imagine how it is for the others who lived most of their lives there. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited to go visit your homeland. Like, I am not myself a sign, but I've travelled the world quite a bit, so take me there, Tataru. Take me to the first city-state. Everyone's here, which is good, because I've already paid for your passage, and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlene should be pulling in port soon, so please follow me and have your luggage close at hand. Oh lord. So I think someone in the Discord mentioned to me in our free company that this intro is very similar to the Limsa intro in 1.0, where you're inside of the ship. And it might be done on purpose, so I'm excited to see what they do with that. Oh, Limsa. I didn't start here. I started in Gridania, but it's got some warm nostalgia of me. I remember spending an area of time here doing beast tribe quests, getting us a Hagen up to the utmost reputation.
We should be ready to depart right on schedule.
It's rude to interrupt people, Fankrid. We need muffins. We need Archon loaf.
To one's journey, at the very least.
We need coffee biscuits. We need all the shit, all the supplies.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
It is cool.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years.
It really has, especially in Shadowbringers.
Master Louisoix of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock.
Oh, you have become a much better character. You're gonna rob Louisoix? You might not save the world if you didn't do that, Thancred.
Oh, that's a tale I'd like to hear.
You just could be wearing this, like, Durgan armor forever,
Will
Estinian.
this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian?
What's wrong? You seasick?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
Oh, it's cool.
Merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
Yeah, but Alpha, no, he's your buddy. You can call him whatever you want to call him. I mean, that's for Estinian as well. You need to let you both be friends.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company.
He's so well-mannered.
Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian.
Oh,
Well.
he's a mood.
Better.
Oh, we're going to see you again, Tatar. We're only going to Charlene. We'll probably be back after that.
Are you alright, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Yeah.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland.
Is that your homeland too? I've never really thought about it. I assume so, but you don't have white hair, so...
It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world.
Yeah. Which involves us going to Charlene.
Once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
No, you'll see us again. I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. No sense worrying about the things are powerless to change. Yeah, just be a fucking downer, why don't you, Zigbar? No. Okay, we'll bring them back. No one's gonna die in this expansion, Tataru. No one at all. You can fuck me later, people watching this, but I promise, no character, no son will be dying on my watch.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah. And I promise, if they die, you can kill. Oh, the best character. He's here!
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
You come with us?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds
Oh.
with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower.
Why can't you be main
And
characters?
the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return.
That's good. I don't know how long we're planning to go for. It's only a city state, right?
We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
It won't, we promise. I mean, you better.
We set the sail. All aboard for Charlian.
I better not come back and see my heaven sword, like, in tatters, Hori. I'll hold you to that. Tataru will not be the only one who will get vengeance if one of us dies. I will too. I'll throw mushroom at you.
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
We'll see you later, Tataru.
Have a safe journey. And please, be careful.
I will. Nothing bad is going to happen to anyone in Charlotte. I don't know why Tataru is so, no, don't die! So nothing bad is going to happen. I promise you. I promise you on Moonbreeder's life. Oh. I promise you on Papalimo's life. I mean, he's always doing his best, so... Yes! Piss off chat on the first episode, Flower! Yeah!
And so you venture forth unto the
Emmett? Are you our narrator now?
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. The future undefined.
He got paid to be the narrator after he died. He's like, remember
In
us.
uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
And every end must be walked. Endwalker. Show us that title card, baby.
Every step of your decision.
I will. I'm gonna fucking eat this expansion up like it's a yummy piece of steak. Show me that title card. We'll just go into water. Wait, well, why are we going into water? We're going to Tempest, but the source version of it.
There, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Battle card? No. I suppose we're going to get a late title card then. It's our map! It's actually my map! We're going to Old Charlayan, which again suggests to me that we're not going to have an area here, we're just going to have Charlayan. Which confuses me, but I assume we'll find out when we get there. Okay, so apparently this is a one-to-one recreation of the 1.0 intro. And I could see it already because Answers is playing right now.
Feel.
This is cool. I wonder if Leviathan will attack too. I don't think so, but there I am, just chilling out on a boat, enjoying the seasickness that is probably spreading from my body right now. Oh, hold on a little longer, Zigbar!
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser.
Hey, buddy.
Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping.
I see we're playing our best hits from Stormblood where they were both sleeping on each other's shoulder. Oh, no, they're not. I thought they were, but it was just a weird angle. It's interesting Answers is playing right now. I don't know why.
You say? I've heard nothing myself.
I mean, you haven't got the echo, though. I don't mean that in an offensive way. You literally do not have the echo.
In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlayan should be coming into view at any moment.
Okay. This is quite a long cutscene. I think I'm gonna need to check because it's been going on for at least 15 minutes, or about 12 minutes now, which I guess isn't that long. I don't know what the maximum time Square say is good for a cutscene before it needs to be cutscenes or play in series, but I guess it's only been 2 so far. Oh. Also, I've got the Bojan gear, if you're wondering what I'm wearing for this. I saw it in the item selection, and I thought, oh, would you look who it is? It's Heidelin, here, feel, think, herself. Are you going to tell me why you've been neglecting me since in Stormblood and Shadowbringers? And a little bit in Heavensward too? I've been feeling very lonely. I haven't had someone to be in my head and, like, tell me to do cool stuff, Heidelin.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad.
I wonder who it is.
Hear, feel, think.
I wonder if they got the actual voice actor for that from 1.0. That would have been cool. Oh wow, you've actually got a face.
To face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
You're so beautiful. I hope you're not going to turn out to be the big bad. Why now, Heidelin? I can trust your words no longer. No, I would rather posit a question, I think. Yeah, why now?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer.
Oh, it is actually really cool. Why appear in corporeal form now? We've never seen you like this before.
You have gained an understanding of what I truly am. What Heidelin has always been. A primal.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess we don't know. So that
Endwalker was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him. yet 7 times now. Those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era had rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get to do it anymore, Hydaelyn, because we stopped them. We've got Fan Daniel to worry about, which is why I'm assuming you're back.
The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield.
Oh. You literally do not have the power to do that anymore. Interesting.
It taxes me sorely. I dare not leave these words unsaid.
Yeah. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why.
My guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
Your time and mine? Okay, so here's the thing. Elenibus was the heart for Zodiac, so we know there has to be some person who needs to sacrifice themselves to bring this powerful primal to life. Was this the same for Hydaelyn? We know there was someone who sacrificed himself to bring Hydaelyn about. Was this them? I mean, she kind of has a cloak right now, so I kind of guess so. And is she implying that our time and her time before the final days is conjoining anyway? Maybe.
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable.
I don't like this phrase, understand what it is at stake. I don't want them to kill Sion in the first act. That will make me sad.
A promise made in another time, another age.
This piano in the background is very good, by the way.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
And then Hydaelyn's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm talking."
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you've come here, Hydaelyn. Now I have a face which I can put the middle finger to for abandoning me. Nah. I mean, people might blame her for Minifelia's death, but it had to happen to save that world. And it wasn't really Hydaelyn who did that. Hydaelyn called to her so that she would be a vessel for that. And then she sacrificed herself to save the first. I don't doubt that Hydaelyn would have given her back to us, given the time, but for now, I guess not. Hey, I was talking to Hydaelyn again. Oh. Having a little stretch, Alice. I'm feeling sloppy.
Still a bit stiff, though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
I mean, no, but I'll have a look now. I think I saw it in the background.
Let's go! Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
In the prow? I like that they have this one ship model for every single ship you go on. Like, when you go fishing, this is the same ship.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen.
You'll want to talk. Oh, the music! For force!
Good old Sharlian.
Oh, I see it.
Is it beautiful? Oh, it is. Oh my god. I can't believe Foot Force is finally playing.
At last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
I mean, now we're not. After you decided to, like, pull your feet out of the Murdestinian.
Tis as Sir Estinian saith.
No. He said not to call him that.
The comrades who boarded this ship at your side. I prithee.
Why are we talking like this? No one's going to die. We're all going to be here at the end of Endwalker, and we're going to punch Zodiac in the mouth.
We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
We're best buddies.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlian proper.
Nice. It's good to know that everyone's been here before. We're not kind of like stepping into the unknown.
Concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hi, Ishtola. They don't even begin with the same letter flower. Also, we better see that title card, game. Are we looking up to see it? Wait, look at that title card. Wait, the fuck? Oh, Footfalls are such a good song that it. There we go. Should we be worried about how big the moon is? Fuck! So much impact! I'm getting goosebumps! Oh lord, the goosebumps!
Sharlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas.
Yeah.
Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets.
That's a very pretty looking place.
They deign to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands.
Oh, the grass is going crazy right now. Look at that grass!
Swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
Yeah, but Emmett, they can be cool, they can be knowledgeable. Oh, the Northern Empty, old Charlene. Wait, what do you mean empty? I'm enjoying the music here.
Off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Yeah, we've got to answer 3 wonderful facts about ourselves. Number 1.
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
Yeah, you might need to get into some more comfortable attire, Stydian. Yeah, you might need to get into some scholar gear. I mean, I'm the warrior of light, so I better be allowed in.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
Yeah, makes sense.
May.
There is the possibility we won't be accepted, but it makes sense. Kind of reminds me a bit of us, the United Kingdom. I don't know if Charlene, its location was based off like the United Kingdom, but it's definitely their position like that because Aeolus is meant to be like Europe, isn't it, and Asia, so makes sense.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
I mean, our middle name is Intervention, so yeah. Probably a smart idea.
Laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian. And our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
So it might be worth putting away the giant fucking Nidhogg Lance Estinian. We don't want to be found out like the second we get in here.
Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
There we go. That's the real reason why we saved you from the first.
Of course.
So you can be our guide.
The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
I like to imagine, you know, the poster material for this, that the Square Enix like promoters were like, oh shit, if we put Grahatir on our promotional material, that's going to be a massive spoiler as to why he's here and how he's here. So, yeah. But to be fair, you could also associate the fact that Crystal Exarch might be different to Araha. They might just think, okay, we awaken him from the Crystal Tower then. But, yeah, I bet that was a worrying sight, which is probably why they're not going to continue the story past this point because promoting something like this will just be spoiler territory for everything. I know not many people are worried about spoilers, but I mostly am because I like to experience the story as it unfolds instead of knowing stuff at the end and not. It doesn't have as much payoff, I would say.
We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Also, this is a cutscene to a plain serious cutscene, by the way. Like, we've been here, like, for years.
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
Yeah, what are Archons? Like,
I am.
More particularly.
Rahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service.
Because I assume that has meant, like, higher up Scions, but I guess it means they come from here. Charlayan.
I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Oh. Oh, the eyebrows go down.
Very good.
Oh.
I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today.
Nice. Very sophisticated, I see.
And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Hi, I'm Zigbar. I'm the warrior of light/darkness, and I like mushloaf. Hey, there we go, there's their final names. You didn't know, chat, Fanquid's last name is Waters. Which makes sense, considering I don't think he had a last name, but he gave it to himself.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
That's cool. Like a tablet, then. Wow.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home.
Welcome home indeed. I like how your hair is going through your glasses. Oh god damn it, Estini. Why didn't you change? What do you do? How do you describe yourselves? I mean, they're not Archons, are they? They just come from here.
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Their last names probably have been... Oh god, I'd be really sad if they have been wiped from the records.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that...
Oh?
The streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Wow, that was a big old lie. Oh. Poor Alice and Alphino.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
Yeah, don't go around. I know it's terrible what's going on with them, but...
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Yeah, we've never been here before. God, Astinian, they're gonna look so out of place. Like, at least I've got, like, you know, got gear that could be, like, Charlayan in prospect, but Astinian, you're literally wearing...
Name and occupation?
You're literally wearing, like, dragon armor. Zigbar Ivorus, champ, adventure by trade. Zigbar Ivorus, artisan. Zigbar Ivorus, champion of Eorzea. I'm gonna say adventure. Wait, it should be artisan. Just because Charlayan seems like a place that would welcome that sort of thing, I'll just call myself an artisan. I like doing art.
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits of procurement and production.
Yeah.
You may enter.
Nice. Oh god, Astinian, how are you going to describe
And you,
yourself?
sir?
Say you're like the Royal Knight of Ishgard, or the Dragoon of Ishgard or something.
Valeno, formerly of the Order of the
Valeno?
Dragoon in Ishgard.
I thought your last name was Wormblood. Makes a lot more sense that it's Valeno, though. What? Wait. Why is it Wormblood then, if that's not his last
Formerly,
name?
at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Wielder of the might and power of Nidhogg. How are you gonna answer that, buddy?
If you'll allow me...
Hey, Qual. Yeah, we know who that is. Only one person wears a cat onesie. Who is this character? Hey!
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
I feel kind of bad though. I guess maybe Endwalker will be about studying finding his purpose. Now that he's no longer a knight of the
Mistress
Holy See.
Baldassian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it.
Mistress Baldassian.
But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
They're very strict here, aren't they, in Charlene? Not a single breadcrumb can be thrown to the floor.
Dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
What do you mean by Baldassian, though? Is Qual like the daughter of, like, the leaders of this place? I never really thought about it, but I guess she is. If she's called Mistress Baldassian. The life of an intern. You need to meet Tataru. Hey!
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh!
Oh, what is it, bud? What is it, Carl?
Welcome, friends, to Charlian.
Thank you for the introduction, Carl. I'm glad we're getting more screen time with you.
Mercenary. I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
You motherfucker.
I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
I mean, what else are you though, Astidian? You haven't really given us an idea. Holy shit, we're in Charlian! Ah! Okay, hold on, the spoilers. Oh wait, what the fuck is this? Yeah, so I assume there'll be an area here. At least one. I guess the other 5 are connected somewhere else. But I guess we'll see them in a sec. Oh my lord, look how cool this place is. So apparently this place is going to be a lot busier than some of the other ones because it's new content. This is the final city-state as far as I know with Eorzea. Oh no, with current stuff coming out. This is the final city-state they've added. And it's kind of cool now because we have all the city-states. We have Alamigo, we have Gerbania. Oh my god, look at this, look how cool it is. Okay, I'm not looking at Ilzabad. I'm actually going to stop myself from looking at that, so I'm not spoiled about it. I guess because I got here, it unlocked the map for that area. I'm going to keep myself completely spoiler-free until I get there. So for now, let's have a look at these characters, shall we, and see what they're going to be talking about. I am unaccustomed to fabricating lies on demand. Why should it matter how I earn my living? Well, this place is very about how you earn your living, though, like what are you doing with your life, I guess. Here we are at last, the great city of Charlene. You may have noticed some similarities to the Crystarium, yes. In fact, Oh, but we should really let Qual have her say first. We can continue this conversation at another time. This place is goddamn beautiful. And I am seeing the United Kingdom parallels of it. Assuming what Labyrinthos will be like, because that is an area over here too. You are doubtless eager to take in the sights. Not to worry, Zigbar. The city is not like to vanish before we finish our discussion. I hope not. I hope it's not like the Isle of Val that vanished and became Eureka. Even allowing that the years I spent in the first passed here in the blink of an eye, the city feels untouched by time. I like the people like carrying around crates here. It's kind of cool. Oh no! I'm okay. I'm fine, honestly. Better to be waved through with a stern warning than be denied entry after all. That was about as awkward as expected. Still, we're here now, and that's all that matters. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's cool to be in another city-state that's not the Crystarium. I like this place a lot and how pretty it is with like, the water and it kind of like being a seaside research place. I'm surprised. I didn't actually think that this would be the city state for Endwalker. I thought it'd be like back in Stormblood or Shadowbringers. I thought it was gonna be, well, Garlemald or something like that along those lines. I never expected it to be this place. It's really cool. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The others are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, maybe relax and take a moment to get your land eggs back. Very good. First quest complete, along with a weapon coffer that I'm not going to use. Probably just going to put it in my chest so I can give it to one of my other classes. But again, I'm not going to need it anyway because I can just craft it myself since I got a carpenter at level 80. But it's a nice thought, Qual. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you care. Old Charlayan, new to you? Qual sweeps the silence with a speculative look. Yeah, it definitely is new to me, this place. I'm excited to get the official tour, since we always get those at the beginning of expansions. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Igbar and Asinian's first time in Charlayan, and for the rescue, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you are dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you may all have your sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Yeah, fair enough. Go stretch our legs, go find a nice fishing ship shop. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? Tis a fine suggestion. Wine may not be welcoming in the Levolua estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighbourhood all the same. Have a little nosy around. I am equally untempered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I will not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the A5 Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. Oh, we'll see you guys in a sec. I might have a little nosy around and see if I can find you guys. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By fly leave. Oh, what about Moonbreeder? This is where she comes from, right? It's cool because this is an area we've always known about, we've never been to before. What if you cry, Asinian? My services are as a guide are yours for the asking. That wouldn't be necessary. Until I reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Oh! Yeah, I don't think there's any getting to him. Well, will you join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this will be a perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you will have me. Come, Zigbar, Charlayan awaits. I mean, you're probably the scion we know least about. So, getting some more of that time with him. So, if you wanted to kill Vaha, it'll make me sadder. I see what you're doing, Endwalker. I'm not going to fall for it, though. I mean, I am, but... that's besides the point. Oh dear, his enthusiasm is infectious, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. Look at this boy. How cool he is. Oh, and it suddenly got very cloudy all of a sudden. Why? I don't know, but hopefully it's not going to get too bad. Right, Raha, take me on your tour then. After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. I mean, Grahatir is now accompanying you. What? Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. In the event you use Aetheryte, Grahatir will catch up to you as long as you remain in the same area. You can leave Grahatir behind. No, I would never fucking do that. However, by entering a different area, you must also speak to him and set the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatir accompany you again, return to speak with him at the original location. Okay, next try speaking with Carl. What? You actually following me? Hey, Raha. Don't forget Mrs. Qual, a worthy guide. I'm never gonna part ways with him. What are you talking about? Oh my god, he's actually following me. Yeah! Look at this, look how cool this is! Ah, you're never gonna catch me, bitch. Oh shit. Ah! He's coming for me. No! I'm sorry, Raha. I'm sorry what I did to you. Fuck! It's time to go. Oh shit! The waves are looking nice and calm. Accents around here are rare, but it pays to remain vigilant. Again, the game is never really graphically intensive. Like, it's not the most visually pleasing in terms of like textures and stuff, but in like landscape and what it looks like, it's fucking unparalleled. I mean, the Crystarium as an example is beautiful, but this is also fucking great. I love it. All set? Then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the Last Stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbour. Oh. Qual is now also accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the Last Stand, and speak of Qual at a designated location. This is my favourite thing ever now. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer different topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak of your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Okay, Final Fantasy XIV, this is really fucking cool. Let's go a little wander around, shall we, guys? Come on. Oh, it's on the map. I see. Okay, right. 14. Jesus, look at this. Discuss the storage facility. Hell yeah. With all the unusual waves coming and going at all hours, I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer will be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any task which pique your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration officials, after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlotte the same way it is in Eorzea. This place is called the Peristyle, and it is the first stop for cargo unloading at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other import vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Charlayan's pursuit of knowledge, namely, large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seem to keep attendants busy. Yeah. I mean, every good area needs to have a good storage system, I guess. Oh, howdy. Oh, no. If you're looking for work as a cleaner, and if you've got the right skills, we've got a job for you. Not right now, though, of course. Oh, leave Mets. Okay, I see. Guild ship hunt vessels. Ah, okay, so this is going to be for, like, the guild ships and stuff. That's good to know. Since we're also in a new area, we're going to have to do some A-flight tuning. It's important. Also, who's this wonderful character here? Because, yeah, like I said before, I can't click on I can't see people's names, but I'll click on them now. I wanted to make it a little bit more immersive, so we just got people standing around here just saying nothing. Which I quite like. Wow, meme. What a name. Greetings, traveller. Welcome to Charlayan. If it's knowledge you seek, you've come to the right place. Who are you? What are you? Okay. I am Wamin, an occasional lecturer at the Studium. I specialise in natural geography, including the history of the world's topography and climate transitions. I like to come here for a bit of fresh air between classes, but for some reason I'm asked for directions rather often, so I decided, why not act as a guide? That's true. Charlayan is a city of knowledge, once a humble settlement founded by Archon Neancreft, I guess, how you pronounce that, I don't know. And the refugees he rescued from the Great Flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity. It has since flourished into the grand metropolis you see today. Prior to the Great Exodus, it was common among Eorzeans to refer to our Juvanian colony with the shorthand Charlayan, which resulted in colonists unofficially dubbing our homeland Old Charlayan, or the Old World. Alas, the name appears to have stuck. But old or new, we continue seeking knowledge from all over the world to record in a Bibliotheca Historica, among other collections of invaluable wisdom. I mean, it makes sense. We know as, if you didn't know, chat, people who's watching this too, Juvania, our place here, Idleshire, used to be Charlayan, but following what happened with Garlemald and also the Isle of Val went missing, they kind of retreated back to their old base here in Charlayan, Old Charlayan anyway. Which makes sense, considering, you know, that kind of sucks, and they're very opposed to war. And I'll still have to talk about, you know, I might go in the first person mode here just to make it more immersive. Discuss the giant statue in the harbour. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget. The great statue of Phaliac. Oh, that's why he said praise Phaliac a few times. As a student of Baldestian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading out toward the sea is known as the Phaliac Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Phaliac was chosen as a patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honoured him with rather impressive sculptures, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charlayans can, and do, worship the divinities of their choosing. Fair enough. I mean, don't give Ishgardians shit, they can worship Helone as much as they want, but makes sense that they would want to go their own way in how they worship, and they are researchers after all. Like, I myself do not really believe in faith, but I can kind of align myself with their ideals about it, and understand why they believe certain things. I mean, I'm not, like, a big scientist person myself, but I definitely want to go along that route in my life, I think. There's no one down here. We'll just go, like, in a completely wrong place, Qual and Graha. No! Why are you running after me? Ah! Okay, this is amazing and adorable. I need to get some good pictures of them, but it's quite dark right now, so the picture opportunity will be kind of bad, but oh well. We got our two lovable characters here, so let's go and continue, shall we? I think those were the only two optional areas, so let's continue over here, shall we? You got a new dialogue, Graha, though? Ah yes, the last stand. Now that is an inviting aroma. Oh, Qual. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite intensive, the average Charlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavour with certain indifference. Yeah, we know about the Archon loaf. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first, and taste a distant second. There was one student at the studium, however, who could stomach these schools and sip in meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlayan, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an island of otherwise mediocre affair. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on their menu. Burger! Not that I've ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. I kind of want a burger. Because you're a typical Charlayan when it comes to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Tatario has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the A-Fight Plaza. I mean, yeah, but I kind of want to get a burger, so give me a second, guys. Dixon, I want a burger. Welcome to the last stand. As the final and some say only bastion of fine dining in Charlayan, we guarantee a quality culinary experience found nowhere else in the city. Oh, I wanted a burger. Oh wow. Okay, now where are we going? Up to the A-Fight Plaza? Okay. Yeah, it's a very pretty city area. I like the coastal feeling it has and how comfy it is so far. And of course we got our two Archons behind us making their way. Oh, look at the A-Fight though. It's very pretty. Yeah, as I said, there are quite a few people here because of Endwalker being the most modern one, so we might actually find the queue, sorry about that, the queue's easier to get into than previously, but yeah, it's cool so far. Anyway, Quai, you got more stuff to say? I see you there. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning A-Fight. Now to tune this out before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its most vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlayan's largest marketplace. I like how this does it more than how Shadowbringers did it, where you met a lot of new characters and it felt like you were kind of out of home a little bit. But at least we got Kral and Graha here to make us feel more comfortable. I like the whole they follow behind us too. It's good. Yeah, I assume these are the Lord houses then, kind of like an Ishgard where they have houses too. Makes sense that they would also be here. Right, discuss the Confluence. Speaking of aetherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I intended to rely on the far cheaper ferry services. I was pleasantly surprised when Mrs. Totari informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties. No they're fucking not. I'm not paid for it. But I find old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out necessary paperwork. What is this talk? Why do I get to do that? I have to pay? Crown? Excuse me? That's the entrance to the Confluence. I have no doubt that expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember the way here. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. So, not really surprising, to be fair. Discuss the bookstores. Do you mind if I borrow the shelves for a moment? There appears to be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment. How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Yeah, there's a lot of books. Perhaps I'll return here later then. You can read as many books as you want to, How you doing, Kral? This little open bookstore has some uniquely Charlayan. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. Yeah, it's very pretty. I apologise for the noise you're going to hear from multiplayer stuff here, but there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Yeah, it's like a whole little merchant district around here. Got lots of cool places. You got your apothecary, you got your gemstone trader, you got your retainer. You got this guy here eating an egg. Oh no, an apple, I think. Yeah, like I said, I expect it to be busy here because this, like Idleshire, is more current content. Or Idleshire less so because that has Wondrous Tales there and has a lot of custom delivery stuff. So you tend to convert there quite a bit. But yeah, it's cool how busy this place is. I like it. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlayan, as well as a wide variety of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutions, but I mean that practice has thankfully died down for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to look up for the next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to the imposing building at the very top. Is that the Studium, I am assuming? Because that looks important, to be fair. Yeah, big old building that reminds me a little bit of the Vault. And yeah, I can see the Costea inspiration of this place. It's cool. Hi, bud. Research must need to be conducted efficiently. I surround myself with a sweet scent of flowers to calm myself down. Helps me keep an open mind, you see. Flowers also help me keep an open mind too, buddy. Discuss the water features. These decorative features are typical of Charlayan agriculture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters in Isle of Vow are rather simple and rustic by comparison. Yeah, I kind of wish I got to see them, to be honest. This is a Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessing of water. For Charlayans, water represents more than life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the Great Flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of knowledge which flows from Phalanx's divine era. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilising water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Ah, more you know, I guess. I mean, if the flood is what caused the forming of this nation, I guess you would want to commemorate it somehow. I do smell an Aetheryte thing up here. I like the guitar in this song. It's very good. We've been able to hear the day theme and the night theme for Charlayan. And now we're finally up in the rafters. Oh yeah, this place is like really comfy. I hope it stays that way and doesn't become like evil or something. The people here are in fact bad. I don't think it will. This grand structure before you is the Vostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives will deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved in the council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. Yeah, I kind of want to get a picture of that after this, if you guys are still going to follow me. The Vista put me in mind of my first arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. Yeah. For now, however, the tour must go on. I expect the core of sightseeing concludes with a fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. This means I can get a picture of you guys. Well, let's head to our final place, I guess, on this big tour we've been on. Thank you, Krau, for all the wonderful sightseeing you've done for us. I appreciate it. I appreciate getting a tour from someone instead of Raha just leaving it to me walking around on my own. I hope you remembered that, Raha, when you did that to me. Maybe explore a strange new city on my own. I didn't know where I was. My friends were gone. You didn't give me the answers I wanted. We arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore when Archon Neancreft built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Charlayan families. You'll see that one manor is clearly larger than its neighbours. That estate belongs to our friend from House Lefevelu. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. Yeah. And with that, we bring our little Charlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head ready to the Baldessian Annex? You know the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbour, cross the bridge to our right, and follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza. Correct. And after you, Zigbar. Okie dokie. Before I go, though, I'm going to go grab this Aetheryte Plaza. The Lefevelu Estate. Oh yeah, there you go, Alfredo. Look how big your fucking house is. No wonder you were a spoiled brat when you first came to Eorzea. And we didn't like you as much. He really has become a much better character now, I think. Oh, there's another place down here. Hold on. Before we go back, I'm gonna get this sneaky little text box down here. Discuss Journey's End. Oh, okay. Right, we cross this bridge here as I recall, stick to the path and be careful not to end up back in the Aetheryte Plaza. Charlayan is full of educational research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they ran in those residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about that. I kind of like the university estate this has. Kind of reminds me of the campus I went on. Like a big, like rural place, not by the coast though. That would have been cool, but It's cool to see that all this research and knowledge has been poured into this one really beautiful location. And I forgot to get A right, so let's go do that as well. Oopsie poopsie! Obtained. Okay, let's head on our way to the next objective then. Oh, we're finally here. That's a nice little aetheryte shard out here too. I wonder where Ocular Lest S location is going to be, because they usually have one of those for each expansion. Will it be here? I don't know, because I think there'll be a lot of travelling involved in this expansion, so I guess we'll find out. As the joyous look on Valha's face has undoubtedly informed you, it's the Baldassian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorsteps of Phenomenon, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Yeah, we've been doing this since nighttime. Qual. Inside of you, then. Oh? Forcing me into an interior cutscene, how dare you? I like the music. I'm back, and I brought Sigmar and Valha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Valha. It's nice to meet you again. And it's a nice pleasure to finally meet you, Sigmar. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Oh? Oika! Is that how you spell his name? Ojika, maybe? Ojika! Ojika Sunkika! I don't... Ojika Sunkika. It has been an age! Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunkika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldassian. He oversees the day-to-day business at the Annex. You may recall meeting his brother, Ojika. No. Oh, the person... Oh, Eureka! Oh! Oh yes, Eureka. I've heard the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. That's cool. I wonder what happened to be completed. It would have been different dialogue or not. Either way, that's getting a picture. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Owl served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Charlene. Oh yeah, Baldassian. Baldassian as in a group within Charlene. I thought they were just like the big organisation in Charlene, but I guess they're not. It makes sense. We're able to make use of city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And as the Annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members, while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters along the Isle itself vanished, the Annex has served as our base of operations. And yet, it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organisation is a shell of its former self. Great Wind Breeder was also a member of the Baldassian. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure the Telothroi fall. Yeah. Through that door on the left there is the main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. Yeah, I probably will end the part after this. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the antrum, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I don't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we were slipping into the ashram just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known as among the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might well last into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. You are a doorkeeper then? Hopefully the hours won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Okie dokie. Nice. Oh my fucking god. That's a long objective we just completed. The day will come, Endwalker. Hell yeah it will. Right, well, we could complete the next quest, but I think it's actually a good place to leave our first part. I hope you enjoyed the first part of Endwalker. No like overlong intro here, outro here. I really enjoyed doing this, and I'll be back for the next part soon. Goodbye, and I'm glad I got to see Charlene in its entirety, so we'll be back for that. I'll see you soon.